Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid cutting a promo. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Jada Red Santy is back in the building. Yeah, after a little bit more than a month, I'm back. As you can see, new settings, new surroundings. Still trying to put this place together piece by piece. Just recently moved for the better. This was something that needed to be done. Was living in the old place for almost, well, it would have been 8 years, and lived in the area for 25 years. It was time. It was time to make moves. New environment, new more space. As you can see now, I'm locked in to my own dungeon. It looks like I'm trapped in a basement or something like that. But no, this is gonna be the makeshift. This is gonna be the studio from here on out. That's why there's gonna be a lot more content that's gonna be coming down. I have now just the ability to just lock in, have my own space, and have the ability to stream whenever I want. Accessibility is there to just whenever I just want to pop on, I could just do so. So this is it's gonna be fun. I'm glad that we found a place. Super producer Sally was able to get her own space. She has her own room now where she could partake in doing whatever exciting things she's going to be doing in her area and such. So it's this is a good thing for everybody, man. The family is just happy that this happened, and it's been a long time coming. But I do have to say, moving fucking sucks. It's terrible, it's horrible. Honestly, you don't know how much shit you have until you start packing it and realizing that there's stuff that you don't need and you got to get rid of. I brought stuff anyway, and I still have to go through this because there's stuff here that I still think I don't need. I should have taken maybe 2 weeks off of work to do this, but I needed to work. I still needed to crank out, some monies. I still got to do, but I should have taken at least 2 weeks off so I could pack, unpack, clean up the old space. Oh, that's the other thing too. If you're if you do an apartment to an apartment, or you're moving from an apartment, uh, you know that you have to clean up the old spot, make sure everything is tidied up, because you want to get your deposit back. So that's now the long game, because I mean it's just ponderous. But yeah, it's moving sucks. It really does. I plan on not doing it again. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to. The only time I think I will move from here is if, like, super producer gets she lands a big house or whatever, and she gets me like the in-law house in the back of the house, and I'll just go there with her. And other than that, I'm planted. The roots are being planted here. It's a nice place too. It's a nice community that we have here. So this is actually real cool. So I'm not too upset about that, but I was just upset because I couldn't get all the podcasting stuff out. As you can see here, everything's slowly but surely going to be getting set up. You're going to be part of the transition. You're going to see how everything starts to be built around here. So just to get the understanding that, yes, it's rough around the edges now, but we're going to get everything up and running soon enough. shout out to the crew at History and Headlocks for holding me down while this was happening. You guys were able to crank out on content. So make sure you check out History and Headlocks. Recent episode of they were going through WCW. It's a really really fun episode. You guys need to check that out. It's fun to reminisce about the good old days of WCW and maybe the bad old days as well. So depending on what you guys are into, uh, find out what their thoughts and their experiences there. Shout out to Ariana and Mike for that, man. You guys are amazing for holding it down. Also, make sure you check us out on all the podcasting outlets as well. That episode is out, and much, much more is going to be coming down the line for you, the viewers. You guys have been amazing as well. Numbers are still climbing, still going up on the podcasting outlets. You guys, although I wasn't around, you guys have still been able to clock in and be able to check us out episode to episode basis. And make sure you follow us and like and subscribe on all the socials. And gosh, we're so close on YouTube to get to that 1,000. Help us out to get to that 1,000. We're almost there. Like and follow us there on YouTube as well. Going to be doing a lot more stuff on the TikTok end as well. Going to be doing a lot more streaming on other outlets. Going to start working on different platforms to get that, because now I have the accessibility. I'm going to be able to just jump on and just stream and do some stuff there, and I have more ideas coming down the line for the network, more shows that I could be cranking out. So just be mindful and be like I said, just notify, get the alerts, let you know that when episodes is dropped. There was a lot of stuff that just wasn't able to talk about because we didn't have the studio hooked up, and it was kind of driving me insane. I was like, I wanted to get on. But two key subject matters that I really want to discuss was one that just occurred the other night, and I have to say, bravo and congratulations to the New York Knicks. Man, I know New York is on a high right now. It's just ridiculous, man. Being a New Yorker, NYC baby to the fullest. It's just a beautiful sensation and feeling, and that this occurred. I'm not a Knicks fan. I haven't been a Knicks fan for over 25 years. And it's it's just that, and the reason why I stopped being a Knicks fan was because after the '99 season, I knew that the team wasn't going to be good. I didn't like management, what they were doing at the time. I wasn't a fan of uh, transitions and what was going to go from there on out. And I just knew the team wasn't going to be good. As you could say, what you could say to about me, like, oh, you wasn't a real true fan. Whatever. Say it as what you want. But I do congratulate, and I say, for true New York fans, you guys and Nick fans, you guys have earned the right to celebrate and party. That's not the way you're doing it, though. True New York Knicks fans aren't celebrating and partying the way that they should. True New York fans, they were at home, they were at the bars, they were with their friends, they were with their other fans, and they were sitting there, you know, crying in their beer, the tears of joy for this happening. Those fake New Yorkers are out there causing chaos just because they want to cause chaos. That's all it is. They don't really give a shit. They don't really care. They just want to go out there and just cause anarchy because they feel that they have the right moment to do so. They're not real fans. So I don't condone any of that bullshit that's happening over there. As for the run itself, it was, if not one of the best, it has to be the best championship runs by NBA team in history. It just, there's no denying it. It's the 29-point return comeback. The playing from under, playing from behind in the finals, uh, having that grit, that heart to play that the way that they played throughout the playoffs itself. Um, won the 12-13 game run, winning, won every road game. Like there's just so many facets of heart and leadership and grit and determination that went through with this team. It's phenomenal. I would, and when I get Uncle Dave back on for Are We Talking Sports? We're gonna deep dive more into that run, and not only that, but also the NBA season, because there was just so much that happening, and I think this brought a lot more eyes to not only New York but to the NBA. I know a lot of not the ratings were low for years past, but I think this year, I haven't looked at the numbers yet, but I think this NBA finals drew probably the highest ratings it had in like the past maybe 10, 15 years. So this is something, man. Everybody became a New York fan, and that's a beautiful thing. If anything came out because of it, it's this, that New York just became now a focal point. And now, maybe you get the big names who want to come to New York. Knowing New York, they be like, nah, fuck you. We don't want you. You want to play with us before, now you want to play with us? Fuck out of here. But no, but big shout out to Jalen Brunson, shout out to Cat, shout out to Mitchell Robinson, who was on the team for so many years and was able to sit there and fight through it all and through the ups and downs, especially the downs, and was able to finally get that ring. Josh Hart, the guy. And shout out to the boy, Jose Alvarado, Brooklyn's finest, boy from the block, baby. Let's get it. That Boricua shows some heart, baby. He goes out there grinding and going toe to toe with that big alien looking mofo. You know what I mean? And by the way, the Spurs are some real, ew, like no sportsmanship at all. Disgusting. Disgusting. Wemby's a dirty motherfucker. Any case, but that was I gotta say, New York City did they thing, man, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And talking about a beautiful thing, another thing that I could say that I witnessed while I was on hiatus for a bit was the match that is probably going to be match of the year in many people's eyes. The one that culminated just from a funny gimmick, a silly gimmick of an American becoming a luchador to becoming something that transcended what really became the gimmick, but more of a reason for a country to fall in love with the gimmick through digressions and through points of reality, because real things had occurred through it. We had an injury that caused the main character to have to go away for a bit and someone to replace him, and then when that person replaced him, became the heart and soul of what uh promising promotion taken over by WWE, and now has spoken volumes of what real fans are, the fan bases are. Just reminds me of the Knicks, where the Knicks fans went everywhere with them. The true Knicks fans went everywhere with them and showed support, so love, and was there for the full ride. And this is what happened with this storyline. When you get, the story of the Grand Americanos, who just basically took not only a promotion but took a country and a fan base over. Kudos to those two men, of Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser, who made this a epic story. Gable gets hurt, Ludwig gets arrested. No one knows what's going to happen. They're not sure whether or not they're going to continue the story. And finally, the culmination happened at a AAA, and the match itself was just French kiss brilliant. Um, it felt like a wrestling match, but also felt like a fight, and it was like a fight of two men who really wanted to don the mask, who wanted to wear it, who wanted to continue to wear the hood. And you think about the commitment for both these men. Uh, Gable wanting to learn so much more about the luchador experience and the history, and Ludwig Kaiser, who invested so much in learning Spanish and being a real a real shining star for the luchador promotion. It's a testament to the commitment, once again, and that's a big word here, commitment to these two talented men. And shout out to not only the Undertaker, who helped to put together this the storyline, this the creative aspect of this, but shout out to the boy that M2 Inc. and I have been backing for the longest time, and y'all been sleeping on. I've been backing this dude from day one when I first heard of him. Our boy Pete Dunne was the man who agent this match and did a phenomenal job, man. I know M2 has much more uh, fire when it comes to him because he believes he should be excelling more in the ring. At the same time, some men's destinies and journeys are done differently in wrestling. It's either going to be in ring or outside the ring. And so for a young man like Pete Dunne, he's been showing and proving that he can actually put together matches, not only the speed matches I've been doing, but slowly but surely he's been showing that he could really excel backstage and such. So shout out to him. This story was just everything from front to back, just a willing, uh, a willing draw from the uh, promotions, the fans, the talent, because they were committed to doing it. They wanted they were invested in this. And we saw it from two different countries with Mexico and the United States, where each one was polarizing in their different aspect. One was a fan favorite, the other one was hated, and vice versa in the other country. It just was it drew a lot of people to the importance of why we are wrestling fans and what's the reason why we had loved wrestling for some time. We were sitting back going, damn, am I gonna love wrestling like I did before? And this match was a reason why. Now I could tell people. I always tell people who ask me about what match do I want to should I watch if I want to get back up to wrestling, and I always say, Puerto Rico Backlash, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, because of just the energy and the fans and the power of of being committed to the business. Because you saw what Damian Priest and Bunny did. I could say the same thing here with this match. I could tell fans, or people who want to get into wrestling, if you want to watch it, this is the match you want to watch. There was so much going on there, and I think it needs to be honored and respected. I'm hoping for much kudos and praises down the line at the end of the year when it comes to award season, that this match gets the honors that it deserves. So compelling, not only from inside the ring but outside the ring. They made everything work. They used every element that was available to them, and just to tie up any loose strings when it came to people involved in the storylines. This was great to see that they too were able to participate and be a part of something that drew two countries together in such love and such fun. Shout out to those two men, and a great speech by Chad Gable. Um, at the end, had his family in the ring. It was such a beautiful moment to see that. And this is a young man who he too deserves so much praise and so much kudos for the work he's been doing for so many years in wrestling. Man, this kid has been through the mill, and it's good to see that he's finally getting his just due. So shout out to Chad Gable, and hopefully we see much more of him. And Ludwig Kaiser, like I said, commitment and unfortunate situation with his arrest, but that didn't stop them from putting together such a phenomenal match. And his commitment, like I said, to the country, to the people, to the language. Shit, the motherfucker speaks Spanish better than me, and he learned this shit in a year or some shit. God damn, I need to get back on my Duolingo. My shit is fucked up. But even still, it was such just a beautiful testament, not to to not only luchador wrestling, but to uh, wrestling itself. And it gives you hope that maybe, just maybe, wrestling could come back to that again. So, maybe not. But other than that, guys, I just wanted to give you guys just a heads up and just some an update of what's going on here. Much is going to be going on. You're going to be see these boxes going to be they're going to be unpacked. We're going to see what we can do. Move some stuff around, get some stuff up, get this more of a studio bedroom set. Don't mind the bed, like don't worry about it. We're working on stuff. Unless you're a lady. Hello, ladies. So yeah, so guys, and plus the lighting. I'm gonna do some more with the lighting. I could have opened the curtains, but I was like, let me just see how this is. I want to make it look like I was um, trapped in a den or something. So that was the look I was going for. But other than that, guys, once again, follow, like, and subscribe. Be a part of the vibe of all things connected to New York Wrestling Media. Make sure you follow all the podcasting outlets. Make sure you follow the socials. Like and follow on all the YouTubes, the TikToks, the Instagrams, all things connected to New York Wrestling Media. And yeah, man, much more content now that I'm back. I'm back, baby. And as always, check you guys in a sec. Go New York. In a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.